everyone. It's been a really busy week. I'm just glad that I have time finally to make a video. And I have just the perfect video to make because my husband found on YouTube a trailer for a movie that I did not know was coming out. And it is the movie version of The Ritual by Adam Nevill, which I read. And I'm very excited about it. The trailer looked really good, and it looks like they made it pretty creepy. It does look like they added some things that weren't in the book, because the trailer has like a convenience store robbery scene where somebody gets shot while the other friend is hiding, and I don't believe that happened in the book. I'm not spoiling it for you, it's in the trailer. If you're interested, I'll put the link to the trailer down below. Rafe Spall is in it. You may not recognize the name, but you've definitely seen him in a lot. He is a British actor. Two of the things that he's been on, he was on an episode of Black Mirror, that TV series about technology, it's like a horror technology. I don't really watch it. My husband just showed me that episode because he was on it. And then he was in the show Groupies, which got canceled. So, but I know that he has been in other movies. Like I said, you may recognize him when you see him. And I'm just really excited because I really liked the book. The book was creepy, and it was good. I don't know how many more ways that I can change it. I don't know how many more ways that I can say it, basically. I looked at the cast on Internet Movie Database. It looks like they have some people in the cast that weren't even in the book. I looked at the whole cast, and it seems to me that they're leaving out some characters that were in the book, and that's weird because there weren't very many characters in the book to begin with, so I don't see why they need to take people out of it, but we'll see whenever I watch it, because I'm definitely going to watch it. It's basically this story about these guys that are friends, and they kind of lost touch, and they're having a reunion trip. And tensions flare up because they get lost in these woods, and I think the woods, you know what, I don't really remember. It was a while ago when I read it. I remember a lot about it, but I do not remember the country that they were in hiking. It might have been the Netherlands, it might have been Switzerland, something like that. I'll look it up, and I'll try to get it into this video somehow, like the subtitles. But they get lost, and it's like they can't seem to find the exit, and something weird is hunting them down, and they keep running into all these things that have been killed by whatever it is, and they run into all these like religious symbols of a really old religion that they don't know anything about it, but they know that it must be something that was worshipped. And everywhere they turn, they just cannot get out of these woods, out of these forests. It's like the forest goes on forever. And so, like I said, tensions arise. In the book, I don't know, it kind of seemed like very petty, the things that they fought over, but if you were out of food and you were trapped in a forest, I guess maybe you would get pretty bitchy too and in a bad mood. And they were just like it was escalating to the point where when you're reading it, you thought that there was going to be violence against each other. But they do come together, okay? Well, at least two of them come together, because, you know, that's what you do whenever you're being hunted down by someone or something else. You got to work together. But as if that isn't bad enough, okay, friends get picked off one by one. They get just killed. And the one guy that's left, he gets kidnapped by these cultists in the woods, and he has to go through that. And I didn't spoil anything for you, okay? You're still going to see most of the story takes place with him trying to escape these weird forest people. And they're in a rock band, believe it or not. I know that sounds very silly, but it really worked in the book. They're these like crazy horror-themed punk rockers, but they like worship a certain entity. And I will tell you that you'll feel like, if you read it, you'll feel like you're in the woods with the guy. I mean, the forest that they have in the trailer is kind of like what I pictured in my mind as I was reading it. So, I think it's going to be good. It's called The Ritual, and it's by Adam Nevill, if you want to read it. It's scary, and it's weird. And, I mean, because it's like, the scary thing about it is while all the action is going on, you just don't know WTF is going on. And I felt the claustrophobia of being trapped in the forest. I felt the desperation. I was like, there's got to be some way to get out of this dang forest. And it's really psychological, like you know what's going through the one guy's mind, and you just feel like it's you. I mean, at least that's the way I felt. And what was really interesting about this book was like, you start to, at least this is with me, okay? I don't know how you would react to it if you read it, but I started out like absolutely disliking the main character immensely. I mean, I really did not like him. And then as tensions flared up, I started to think that his friends were ignorant bastards, and I didn't like them either. And then finally, I was totally 100% on the side of two of the friends. And the main character, of course, was one of those friends that I was 100% rooting for. I'm looking forward to seeing this. It's supposedly going to come out on October 13th, I believe. And I don't know if that's a Friday the 13th. I'm guessing maybe it is. But I really would like to see it, and I'm excited to know that it's a movie. I had no idea, and my husband found it by accident, and he knew to show it to me because it's a book that I kept talking about and raving about whenever I read it. So, and I remember during the time my hand was hurting so bad, and I had, you know, a problem in my hand, and I couldn't even hold the book. Okay, we thought it was carpal tunnel, but it wasn't. But I couldn't even hold the book without being in pain, and I loved it so much that I actually held the book while I was wincing in pain. That's how much I wanted to read it and finish it. So I suffered while I was reading an enjoyable book, if that tells you anything about how awesome I thought the book was. So thank you for watching, and I hope that you will try out the book or the movie or both. Thanks for stopping by.